that, but regardless, it's not racist to say he's a socialist, and it shows that they're cold-bloodedly doing this. Let's play some manhandling and then take calls. We'll have to have you back up for part 2 next week on the eugenics, because this is topical and happening now, but the eugenics is the foundation to all of it. Here is Spectre today. Now, 30 questions were randomly handed out, cards, and 29 of them were against the government takeover, the eugenics, death care. And that's what it is. I've read it. Now, this guy gets up. He was promised he could speak. He tells Spectre he's not buying it. And this thug thinks it's normal to grab him and shove the old man in the corner. Go ahead and play it.
You want to be let out of here, you're welcome to go. Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute.
Hit pause.
Wait a minute.
Look at the muscle guy picking on some little old man. Just thinks he's so tough. But see, it was good the guy sat there and took it, because then it makes him the thug. But and that's who they are. They're just so stupid. And they just love big government. They love it. Here, finish it up. Look at Spectre acting like the little old man's done something wrong and all puffing up. Just disgusting creature. This is the guy that says bullets can shoot through 2 people and metal and not even be damaged. This is the magic bullet fraud. Here he is.
Wait a minute.
I am leaving. I have every right to leave.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He has a right to leave. He's right.
He is trying to
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You want to leave? Leave.
I am going to speak my mind before I leave, because your people told me I could. I called your office and I was told I could have the mic to speak. And then I was lied to, because I came prepared to speak, and instead you wouldn't let anybody speak. You handed out, 30 cards? Well, I got news for you. That you and your cronies in the government do this kind of stuff all the time. Well, I don't care how damn crooked you are. I'm not a lobbyist with all kind of money to stuff in your pocket so that you can cheat the citizens of this country. So I'll leave, and you can do whatever the hell you please to do. One day God's going to stand before you, and he's going to judge you and the rest of your damn cronies up on the hill. And then you will get your just desserts.
All right, that's enough. Now, he told him, but you notice thugs tried to stop him. Now, I don't have time to play this whole clip because I want to take some more of your calls, and I appreciate Tarpley being on. We'll have to get him up for 2 hours next week as so much is happening and on the eugenics issue. But we have them beating up black people who are against it or appear to be against it. We have them beating up women. We have them going to people's houses and death threatening them. The police have now confirmed this. They come to your house, folks, and then they accuse you of being rowdy and bad. Here's this man with his son who's has a serious illness, cerebral palsy, getting in Dingle dropping. Congressman Dingle. Yeah, John Dingleberry. John Dingle. Excuse me, I keep forgetting his name. I apologize. Getting up in his face. Excuse me, I forget these congressman names from Michigan. And you notice that Dingle doesn't deny that his kid will be given no health care. He just says, oh, we're going to amend that. So I got to give it to him. At least he admitted it was real. Usually they just lie and say, there is no bill. This is no town hall. You're ill. We have a white van for you. Let's go ahead and play it. Here it is.
Question on paper that you're going to avoid. I want to ask a question on behalf of this young man. Under the Obama health care plan, which you support, this man would be given no care whatsoever because because he is a cerebral palsy handicapped person.
Oh.
Yes, that's true.
All right. Shut up!
Dr. Ezekiel, arrest us right now.
I think somebody in the staff will find that page for you.
Where he wrote it, he doesn't know where it is.
Somebody in the staff will find it.
All right, you know, the video we found was some angle I hadn't seen, so the audio's not very good. I saw it on the news this morning and last night, cut up. That's the one we have up on InfoWars and Prison Planet. You can hear Dingell say, no, yeah, we're going to take that out of the bill. So, see, no health. There's the congressman admitting that they were not going to give his son any health care. Webster Tarpley, comments on this.
I think it's a very important movement. It's a mass strike against genocide, against euthanasia, against austerity. But now we've got to think, what's the next step? You can already see the Republican vultures hovering around. We've got the Competitive Enterprise Institute going in, the Heartland Institute. We've got Freedom Works, which is Dick Armey, the sidekick of Newt Gingrich from the 1990s. The way the political system in this country works is if you don't prepare an alternative, the beneficiary of all this in the end might well be somebody like Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney, the hedge fund hyena. Mitt Romney, it turns out to be the guy who put in place in Massachusetts a plan which I think is very similar to what Obama is really aiming at, which is in Massachusetts, you are forced, you are obliged to buy insurance from private insurance companies. There is no government option. There is no single payer. It's all private, and I think it's not working well at all. I think people are extremely disappointed and unhappy and enraged with this thing. So the question is, if you don't want the ultimate beneficiary of all this to be somebody like Mitt Romney, then you're going to need a program and you're going to need some kind of organizational concept. Because otherwise, as I say, the Republican vultures feel that they could ride this movement back into power, and ultimately they're just as bad or maybe worse.
No, that's how it works.
It's
the whole left-right paradigm they just alternate between. I want to come back and take at least the call from Hawaii and Christian in Florida. Who knows? And we'll continue with calls on all this tomorrow. It's just too insane. And Webster, you're always chomping at the bit for solutions, but we have to beat this even before we sit there and go over solutions. I mean, I can't even get people to realize that the White House science czar wants to put sterilants in the water, and we know they've already been caught doing it.
We need gridlock. Gridlock.
No, exactly. Gridlock. I would just be glad to beat the cap and trade and all this, because as bad as things are right now, what they want is 10 times worse. So I'm just trying to get past this phase and survive. Final segment straight ahead, prisonplanet.tv. Stay with us.